What's going on, guys? Good morning, the 1st of November. We're going to look here once again here this morning at Aerodrome Finance and the US dollar pair. This will be a daily chart review, and the price data is derived from the Coinbase exchange. Well, over the past couple days here, let's see here, over the past just about 10 days, we've only had one down day for Aerodrome Finance. And so far today, it's early in the morning, we have a lower daily high. But up until then, we've made new market higher highs starting from the 23rd of October. 23rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 30th, 31st, all new higher highs. Very, very bullish, very, very powerful move off of the market higher low, the big breakout to a recent higher high on the 25th, and straight up here, essentially, for Aerodrome. Very, very nice. Looks like we are finding some pretty good market resistance at the lower end of this range that was back in early October. It's give or take around the 113, 114, 112 level. That's where we found resistance yesterday at a high at 114. I do have a level at 114 from back on, let's see, September 20th. That level was put on the chart, 920, 114. And that's where the market is finding resistance. So this little consolidation here, the lower end of this consolidation around 114, was a floor of support. Now it's bumping its head here, like you can think of it as a ceiling, like resistance. So we'll see if and when and how long that'll take to break out above it. Again, if and when is the key there. But to see the market hit an area of old support, which was broken to the downside, basically back here on the 7th of October, to bring it back up and find resistance is very normal. Very normal price action. Now this has made its move, and it's getting a little extended, a little exhausted. Markets can push much further in either direction. They can go much higher than people think, and the markets can go much lower than people think. So just because it's overbought or extended doesn't mean it won't keep going. At some point, it'll pull back and relax. So again, if we saw more than a day here where the market consolidates, would not be surprised. It's overextended, and it's also hitting an area of overhead resistance. Something else we're keeping an eye on here is we have a daily lower high today. So far, that can change. Yesterday's high, again, 114. Today's high is 107. So it's got 7 cents to move to the upside before, matching yesterday's high. And then it's got to keep going to make a new market high. So it's starting to tell us that, hey, getting a little overbought, a little tired. Maybe I just need to consolidate. And these candle wicks that we're seeing way up here in the market get pushed back down. Yesterday, the same big candle wick pushed back down. We closed at a 106, starting to show signs of market exhaustion. Aerodrome does trade like this, though, because you had some big candle wicks here starting on the 9th of August, and it really didn't top out until the 22nd before starting to pull back. And all of these days here were had large overhead candle wicks, but it was a warning sign that this move's getting a little extended here. But again, we moved quite a bit higher before that real consolidation. Little sideways here started to take place. Anyways, if we do continue to creep higher here, my next area of what I see as market resistance is the 120, 122 level. That's right here, guys. It's this white and blue line. That's the upper end of this range from early August. Again, we're finding resistance at the upper end of the range, which is right around 120, 122, 119, 118, right in this range, guys. So that would take us into a new higher high from yesterday up into that area. Let's see here. So up into there is about a 13, 14, 15% move to that 120, 118, 122 range. So there, we shall see. From where we're currently trading to make a new high is basically like 6%. And then up to that next area of market resistance is, 15 or so percent to the upside. And above that is the next level I see as some real resistance would be pretty much up here into like the 135, 136. So we're at the 122, 120 to 122, give or take, and then the 130 to 136. Breaking above this 120 to 122 level would be very good. That's a major lower high here on the chart. So if we break above that, we'll see if it happens. Quite bullish. It should take us right up there to that 135, 136 range. Off the actual lows to the highs, 64%. Off the higher low to the highs here, 54, where we're currently trading at about 43, 44%. This thing has made a very, very nice run. Again, we talked about when these markets are in a correction and they're pulling back again and it looks like it's printing a higher low, heads up for the bears, because the bullish leg that can follow, which is what's unfolding here, can be very powerful, especially when the market makes a new higher high from a lower high after a higher low. Again, this is a very powerful leg here. Short squeeze, etc. All right, guys, let's go check out Bitcoin. So today, again, I'm watching that 114 and then up there to the 120, 122 if we do make a new higher high. But so far we have a lower high. So this might be flashing a little bit of a, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin sold off. We're back at the 200-day. It's got some work to do. It's got resistance at 116. Bitcoin dominance. Let's see if my computer's going to work today. Bitcoin dominance starting to cool off. Wondering if this wedge here is going to break to the downside, which should be good for altcoins as Bitcoin dominance starts to go lower. You guys have a great day. If you're not yet a subscriber, join us here on the channel. Aerodrome looking a little tired. We'll see if it can push higher, but it's made one hell of a move. Again, off the lows to the highs, 60+%. Guys, thanks for watching. Of course, not financial advice. All links are down below. Have a great weekend.